Okay. So this should get a little bit quiet because I think this is a very quiet area. Since this is where the government of Ontario does its business, it's mostly government offices down here. Although there are two 24-hour Tim Hortons here, one near the hospital district and one on the corner here. Check out this new condo, one of my favorites going up. It's all curvy. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it in the dark, but it's got curves. Okay. And here you got a 24-hour Reba. Reba is a food store. Never closes, open every day of the year. It's handy to have. On Christmas, when all the stores are closed, you can go to Reba and get your food. They charge a bit more than a regular store, but they have prepared food, which is what I like. And they specialize in, I think, Middle Eastern kinds of foods. They also have really good Jamaican beef patties. For not a bad price. I think it's $1.25 for a beef patty. Okay, more new condos here. This used to be, I think, was the Sutton Hotel. And now it's called the Brit Condo. And the Shoppers Drug Mart is going in here. Shoppers Drug Mart is taking over. Between the banks, Tim Hortons, Subway sandwiches, Shoppers Drug Mart, and Rexall. Between those 5 companies, well, all the banks actually, they're taking over all the retail. Literally every new condo that goes up has a bank, or a drugstore, or a Tim Hortons. I don't know how many they can have and still be profitable. Speaking of Tim Hortons, here's a 24-hour Tim Hortons. And they actually let you sit there. Some of the 24-hour Tim Hortons, you can just buy a drink, but they close the seating area, where this one here, the seating area is open. So let's head down Bay Street. Bay Street's always a quiet street. It's lined with all small little coffee shops and restaurants that serve the local community. Since Bay Street is all condos, basically it's mostly just restaurants to serve the local population. And also, right here you have the office towers of the government. So I'm sure a lot of government workers frequent the restaurants here, keep them in business. So you got the condos on one side, you have the office towers of the Ontario government on the other side there. But not a whole lot to do at night. So it's a busy night for the police. We should cross Bay Street. thinking we can head down Dundas Street to Chinatown. See what's happening at Chinatown, and then maybe south to the entertainment district. So, as you can see, there's still people out and about, even on Boarding Bay Street. Does anybody sleep anymore? You have the police headquarters just on the next corner up. Maybe that's why we're hearing police sirens. We got to get to the headquarters really quickly. It's a nice night. The temperature is really nice, comfortable. It's not too hot. It's just perfect for me. 22 degrees, bit of a wind. Okay, let's take a little break here. There's a place that is still open late at night. Coffee shop, I guess. We are walking in an area that's lined with condos. For the average person in Toronto, they would need to make, at least from what I've read recently in reports, you need to make over $120,000 a year to afford a basic bachelor condo in Toronto. An average bachelor condo in Toronto. That's the minimum. $120,000 a year. The prices of condos in Toronto are crazy. The average condo is over $500,000 now. So just to get a basic starter condo, a tiny little 300 to 400 square foot bachelor, we're talking at least over $300,000, $300,000 to $400,000. So a lot of people are having a very rough time in Toronto being able to afford to live here. I've seen a lot of TV shows and read articles about young people that are moving into condos and sharing it with their friends. So you'd have 3 and 4 people sharing a bachelor condo, which rents for about $2,300. So imagine 3 people or 4 people living in one room. All there is in the room is just 4 beds. That's it. That's how they live. Well, it's easier for young people because they don't have a lot of stuff, and a lot of them are students. So, but once you get to be over the age of 30 and you have a social life, it's very hard to live with 3, 4, 5 people in a room. So that is the issue with Toronto, is that a lot of people come here and then decide, oops, I can't buy any real estate, I'm going to have to leave because I can't afford a house. Because a house in Toronto, the average detached home is selling for $1.2 million. So you need to have an income over $250,000 to afford just a basic home in Toronto. So not too many people have that kind of income. You have to be in the top, probably 10% of the population. So we have a really crazy situation here where the average income, I believe, is between $40,000 to $50,000 in Toronto. So how does somebody making $45,000 a year afford to buy a condo if you need $120,000 income, or even a house if you need over $250,000? So even a husband and wife, if both of them are making an average income, that's still, you know, around $100,000. They're only halfway there, so it's really difficult for ordinary Torontonians. Something eventually has got to give, because 75% of the population, from what I've read, cannot afford to buy real estate in Toronto. So if you got parents with money, it makes it a lot easier, and that's what a lot of people are doing. They have their parents to help them out, but they actually can't afford the condo. It's only because they have parents that are helping them out. Okay, enough about condos, right? If you look straight ahead and you see a light going up and down, that used to be Trump Tower. It's not anymore, because the people that own condos there could not sell them, and they protested to get Trump disassociated with the property, paid him off to basically not manage it was a hotel and condos, and the hotel wanted out because they were not doing well with the Trump name. So Trump took the money, ran, and now it's a completely different hotel owner and a completely different condo association that's running things, and the name of the condo tower is different now. So Trump is finny when it comes to that building. And I can't blame them, because those were high-end condos. They were selling for like $1 million. So if you got $1 million condo and you can't sell it, you know, that's some serious business there. Okay, here we got another 24 hours. Tim Hortons. As you can see, open. Police. Are that police or security guards in there? There's lots of jokes. Oh, security guards. Lots of jokes about police in Tim Hortons. If you can't find a cop, just go to a Tim Hortons and you'll find one there. Oh, let me just cross here. Right now we are very close to, well, we're basically in the Discovery District, which is Hospital Row. There's 5 major hospitals in that area, which is why it can support a 24-hour Tim Hortons, right? Because you have the nurses and the doctors and everybody that works in the hospitals buying their coffees. And here you have the Hospital for Sick Children Research Center, which is a very cool looking tower, as you'll see right in the front there. They got all these crazy rounded curves that jump out. So yeah, this is the Hospital for Sick Children Research Center. Lined with restaurants at the bottom. People walking on Bay Street, not a lot, a few here and there. We are coming close to Dundas Street. And when we get to Dundas Street, then we will head west to Chinatown. See if there's anybody out in Chinatown, and then we'll head down to the entertainment district, which is where usually the action is. And I do not want to capture anybody getting shot or any fights, because that supposedly happens a lot in the well, not a lot, but every once in a while you'll hear about some kind of violence or trouble, and it's usually in the entertainment district, and people come out, they're all drunk. There's lots of women around, so guys are fighting over ladies, making an ass of themselves. The bars in Toronto close, I think it's 2 a.m. So right now, what time is it? It's 2 a.m. So right now I think is bar closing time. Within a half an hour, they'll be kicking people out of the bars. Now, do I want to be in the entertainment district at 2:30 when people are drunk as hell? I don't know. I don't know. Let's hope I don't get my ass kicked. We are now at Toronto's bus station. Great coach terminal, which is not going to be here much longer. It's moving to an office tower, a new office tower down by Union Station. We are now just about at the Eaton Centre. The Eaton Centre is right there on the corner. We're at Dundas. Chinatown is along Dundas Street and Spadina. So straight ahead is the financial district. Where you see those lights going up there, that's the financial district. That's the former Trump Tower with that cool light feature art project. Okay, so here we are at Dundas Street West. Let's look at this for a second, just to see what that light feature does. The lights are slowly moving up, one chunk at a time. Oh, it's not doing much. Okay, Dundas Square is down that way. And we're gonna head west. This area here used to be the very first Chinatown in Toronto, and then it became just a mixed place, and now it's gone back to being Asian. Now but it's not specifically Chinese. Now it's mostly Japanese with a mix of Korean, a little bit of Chinese, and just about everything. Denny's, 24 hours if you need some food late at night. Don is Kia. How do you say that? I don't know. Anyways, chat time. I think it's a Chinese tea place or a Taiwan tea place. Tearing up the roads here. The city has perpetual construction. Whether it's roads, sidewalks, or condos, or office towers. Here you got another place that's open, a 24-hour like variety store. Starbucks is closed. It's quiet along here. Not many people at all. It's a lonely walk. What a quiet night tonight for a Saturday in Toronto in the summer. In July. Not a lot going on. Okay. We across the street here. City Hall's just straight ahead. Okay. How quiet it is here. A few people walking. So these are all Asian restaurants here. Thai restaurant. Curry restaurant. An Indian restaurant. Biryani house. Tea shop. Ramen shop. Sushi. Another tea place. Uncle Tetsu's. Chinese restaurant here. You got a late night Middle Eastern place here, Alibaba's. I get the shawarma there once in a while. Chicken shawarma. Very good. Specials during the week. 2 chicken shawarma wraps, $11.99 on Mondays. A dessert place. And then sushi burrito. So as you can see, lots of Asian choices in this mixed Asian district. This is not Chinatown though. Chinatown is a good ways down. Okay, we are now at University Avenue. This is basically the end of the financial district. When you're in the financial district, we aren't in it, but we're on the cusp of it. So, tons of office towers on the street. Banking institutions, as you can see straight ahead. That was an office tower. It still is, but on top, they built a brand new condo. Way up there. And they're doing that with a number of buildings here. They're keeping the office towers and they're building condos on top. Right at the end of the street, you also got Queen's Park. That's the headquarters of the Government of Ontario, the legislature. This area is lined with tall buildings on all sides, office towers. The subway also runs along University Avenue. This is the western part of the portion of the University Yonge subway, which goes in a loop north and south. Okay. This is also called Nelson Mandela Boulevard. Okay, still not many people out. We're looking for signs of life in downtown Toronto on a Saturday night, just after 2 a.m. You got another Tim Hortons. I didn't know this one was open 24 hours, but it looks like it is. Free Wi-Fi. A lot of people hang out there for the Wi-Fi. Then again, there's a lot of people that are homeless that hang out there too, just to get a place to sleep or chill out, especially in winter. Here we got the police headquarters. It's not the headquarters, 52 Division headquarters. So it's only for this district. There we go. That's the police headquarters here for 52 Division. Okay. Take a little break here. Yikes. Okay, continuing on from 52 Division. And we're heading west. We are heading west along Dundas Street, west. We're at St. Patrick's now. So, Village by the Grange. It's a shopping center, but mostly a food destination. There's a food court in here, and there's maybe 10 restaurants in there. There's some stores too, but mostly it's restaurants. Gift shop.
So maybe these chests.
Some people out around here. See, I think the more further west you go, you're going to start seeing people because there's more bars and late night restaurants in this area. And we are now at the Art Gallery of Ontario. Ontario College of Art is down there. What's that called? Village Idiot Pub. I like the sound of that.
That's what I thought it was, but then I was like,
Every Wednesday, I think it's after 6 o'clock, the Art Gallery of Ontario is free. So that's a good time to check it out. You get 2 hours, I think, from 6 to 8 p.m. on Wednesdays. It's free. It's actually a really good art gallery. It was renovated a few years ago by Frank Gehry. We are now on Beverly Street, which means we are officially crossing over to Chinatown. As you can see, all Chinese stores and restaurants in this area. And there's a lot of Chinese restaurants that stay open late, so a lot of people come to Chinatown after the bars close to get food. The two things that bar goers are known to eat late at night are poutine and Chinese food for some reason. Those are the two restaurants, types of food that they frequent. This area is brand new. We put up those pagoda chairs and lights. It's kind of cool. Let's get a closer look. I didn't realize that these lit up at night, but I like this. Isn't that cool? Lit up at night. I've only seen these during the day. It's the first time I've seen these lit up at night. CN Tower in the background. I guess that's an Asian nightclub. Big Trouble. Okay. Late night restaurant, still open. Most of the late night restaurants are on this street here. This is Spadina. And this is where you go. You can see there's people standing outside. A lot more people here. So I don't want to go too far up because I want to head to the entertainment district. But this is basically where you go if you need late night food in Toronto. Streetcar runs 24 hours a day in Toronto. Very easy to use. There's a 24-hour restaurant, I believe, right on the just a few stores down. A few restaurants down here. It's a noodle soup place. Dragon Mall. You can see there's a lot more people around here than there was around Yonge Street area.
tell you what.
To the Chinese grocery store. Chinatown Center right here. The Chinese mall, a bit on the rundown side, but it's got a lot of good stuff in there. We got a hotel here too, Super 8, one of the cheapest hotels in the downtown core, and it gets fairly good reviews from what I've seen. You got one of Toronto's best known record shops here, Sonic Boom. This is their new location. It's a pretty nice one too, fairly large. This is a hotel here. It's a nice one too. Okay, we are just at the end now of Chinatown, and we are coming to Queen Street West, which is a major shopping street in Toronto. So So now you should see more people around here as we are getting close to the entertainment district. So you'll see lots of people coming home from bars, I guess, around this area. We are heading to Queen Street West here. And we are on Spadina now. So we got a 24-hour McDonald's on the corner there. All kinds of interesting characters hang out there. And as you can see, it's packed with bar patrons, I would imagine. More people in this area. So the entertainment district is down this way, but we can walk on Queen Street for a bit first. Streetcar has people on it, as you can see. Let's look and see what they got on sale here. It's an old streetcar. This is the Queen Street shopping district, Queen Street West. Rivoli Bar. There are a few bars here, not a lot. Mostly stores, but a number of restaurants too. And the occasional bar every now and then. The bar here, Cube nightclub. This is the entertainment district.
Shit happens.
Legit, her face was like, she's so behind you.
There's another bar with a nice big patio. It's obviously closed down now. Respect your universe. Lots of stores here. Okay. We are coming to the corner of John Street now. This is where Bell Media is, Much Music headquarters. CTV is broadcast from here. So let's head down John Street. If you head north of here, you get to the Art Gallery of Ontario. There's another bar here. There's a strip of bars along this street, restaurants and bars. It's 2:45 in the morning, which means all the bars are closed now. They basically kicked everybody out. People are coming out of the bars. Jack Astor's. They're all over the city. See the tower straight ahead. There's some bars all along here. Office pub. Some other restaurants. Over here you got yourself a Hooters. You got a Pizza Olio, which looks like it's still open. There's people eating pizza there. There's nightclubs on this street here. What street are we on? New condo going up there. There's a number of bars all along here. There's a country and western one. I think it's called Rockin' Horse. Here you got some nice upscale restaurants.
YouTube, World Star, World Star,
YouTube.
World Star. How do I get to the gay village? What did the black guy say to the white guy?
What did he say? This is going on YouTube.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of my way, boy.
There you
You're
go.
actually putting it on
Good
YouTube.
night.
You gotta ask. Yo, you gotta make me sign for information.
Well, I'll just cut it out then if you don't want it in. Okay.
I guarantee I'll go viral. There'll be a fucking star.
We'll try.
Yo, back at it again with my dad.
Isn't that good, buddy? No.
This is a restaurant district strip right here.
¿Quién más? Dime quién más.
You got a 24-hour A&W here.
Marca un grito. O sea, está escrito.
Metro Hall, City of Toronto government. A&W is a burger place. It's not quite as low end as McDonald's, but they have hamburgers there for like $6-7. And you can also get their famous meatless burger. They have a vegetarian burger that seems to be very popular. Supposedly it tastes exactly like meat, but I haven't tried it yet. I do want to try it. Curious to see what it tastes like, because most of the time when I've tried vegetarian burgers, they were terrible. They fall apart when you cook them, but supposedly now they've really evolved.
It's okay.
And they're actually pretty good and taste like real meat. Princess of Wales Theatre here, owned by David Mirvish, who also runs the one on Yonge Street, the Ed Mirvish Theatre. And he's got another theater down here too. The Royal Alexandra Theatre is the original theater that his father started. Another bar here. Roxy on King. King Street is known as a bar area, but it's further west of where we are. It's about a 15-minute walk west of here. There's like maybe 15 bars in that area, King and Bathurst area. And they're mostly upscale bars too, so they are more expensive than a lot of the regular bars. David Peacock Square. It's a city square where they hold a lot of events, including the International Film Festival, which is coming up. So you could see a lot of these. That's the Canadian Hall of Fame, those squares there. It's all Canadian actors and famous people. Here we go. Here's the Royal Alexandra Theatre. You got the Ritz-Carlton Hotel and condos. That's where Drake lives. You have office towers. And we are heading east now towards the financial district where you see the Bank of Montreal building. We are now at the end of the entertainment district. Here you got Roy Thomson Hall, Toronto's main symphony hall, concert, well, it's not a concert hall, it's a symphony hall, opera, and the symphony. Or is it ballet in the symphony? I think the opera's at the Four Seasons Center, which is a proper opera house. Okay, let's take a little break here. Check out the Muskoka chairs. Is that what they're called? I think they're called Muskoka chairs. You got a chicken shawarma place. It's up here, still open. Shawarma's king. So we will continue on along King Street. See the towers peeking out there. Got another bar restaurant, Elephant and Castle. King and Simcoe, Entertainment District. So where are we? You are here. Continuing towards the subway, University Avenue, although it's closed now. It closes, I think, around 2 o'clock, 1:50 or something like that. And this church here. The subway stop, but you got 24-hour streetcar service, so. And also 24-hour bus service to all parts of Toronto. Everybody supposedly was in a 15-minute radius of Toronto, of 24-hour bus service. A 15-minute walk. That's what the TTC claims, that every district in Toronto is within a 15-minute walk of a 24-hour bus. So, I live in the downtown core, so I don't know how accurate it is. But I know one thing, thank God for these streetcars, because many times I'm out late at night and these streetcars run on a regular basis. They get you where you gotta go, all over downtown Toronto, so I'm happy. There's the subway, by the way. It's closed, as you can see. St. Andrews subway. The subway runs up University Avenue and then goes around in a U shape to go back up Yonge Street. This is University Avenue here. Okay. Now we are in the central business district, or the financial district, which means lots and lots of underground food courts in these buildings here. See, it says Retail Concourse. That takes you downstairs to the food courts. And they are all these office towers are linked underground by tunnels. It's called the path system. It's the largest underground shopping network in the world. Underground city in the world. But it's basically one massive shopping center because every one of these buildings has a shopping plaza, stores in the bottom, and food courts and restaurants and bars and nightclubs and offices, and basically everything you need is underground. So if you worked in one of these towers here and you lived in one of the condos, you could feasibly go the whole winter without going outside once, because you can walk to work with no coat. You can go to your doctor's office. These are attached to all kinds of doctor's offices, dental offices. You can get to the subway. You take the subway anywhere you want to go. You can go underground to the train station, Union Station. You can go to the Air Canada Centre for sports, for watch the Blue Jays or the Raptors play. You can go to the Rogers Centre to watch the Blue Jays play baseball. You can go to the Eaton Centre, which is one of the largest malls in the city. So basically, you could spend months underground and never have to come up. You could spend the whole winter underground and never have to deal with the winter. Be a mall rat basically for 3-4 months of, the worst of winter. But fortunately, I don't think most people actually do that, because even if you go out in the middle of winter in Toronto on the coldest days, you'll still see lots and lots of people walking above ground. Now, you'll also see tons of people underground, right? But the majority of people, I think, still walk around in winter and go places, because the streets are full of people year-round. During the day, like 9 in the morning till, let's say, 9, 10 o'clock at night, the streets are full of people. This is a nice little courtyard, waterfall, patios on top with restaurants and bars here. Unfortunately, you will also see lots of homeless people in Toronto, especially in the financial district. I guess because there's lots of grates and stuff where hot air comes up, and that's where you'll see them camped out over the air vents. Try to get some warmth, especially in the winter. Toronto Dominion Centre. And here's how you get to the shopping concourse. Concourse, shops, restaurants, Toronto Dominion Centre. Yeah. Path system, you'll see there. So these are all... It's amazing how all these tall buildings are all attached with tunnels underground. Toronto is Canada's financial hub. They actually just call this Bay Street, similar to how New Yorkers call Wall Street. It is a reference to the whole financial sector in New York. Well, Bay Street basically means banking, stocks, trading, that kind of stuff, financial services. When you say somebody's a Bay Street lawyer, everybody knows what you mean. It means they work in the financial district and they're a suit. They're involved in corporations. The corporations are taking over the world. Now the corporations have taken over the world. It's a done deal. They've taken over our politicians too. But that's another story, right? So now we are on King and Bay. Check out these guys in their little cycling carts. They're kind of like tuk-tuks in Thailand. The lights aren't as colorful though. So the next street up, the next block up is Yonge Street. And I think that's where this nighttime tour will end. It's very quiet. What time is it now? It is 3:15 a.m. There are still a few people out walking around here and there. There's food places open. Here's a hot dog stand that's still open. I guess it's 24 hours. Bank of Commerce, Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce, CIBC. And this here is Scotia Bank. All the banks are headquartered here in the financial district. They're all monumental towers, as you can see. They're all close to 300 meters, 1,000 feet. This is one of the nicest financial buildings in the city. I used to work in this building a long time ago. Check out the ceilings. That is nice. This is a nice looking building. Can you see that? Canadian Bank of Commerce building, 1929 to 1931. Upon completion, this 34-story skyscraper was the tallest building in the British Empire and was praised as greatest addition to Toronto's increasing Manhattan-like skyline. They got a nice courtyard in the back too. Nice water fountain. Some nice sculptures too. We are approaching Yonge Street. And here is the subway. Pretty empty. Of course, the subway is closed. And I think this is where we started, was it not? Yonge and King. Well, almost. I started up Yonge Street. a few blocks up. I think I started at Queen Street, where the Eaton Center was. So we're at King. So the next major street north is Queen Street. It's about like 3 or 4 blocks up. And then if you go 2 major streets down that way, you are at Lake Ontario. King Street. Here's another bar. Closed. Bar's closed too early in Toronto. Last call should be 4 a.m. I think. Okay. I'm going to end this tour at one of the nicest buildings, I think, in downtown Toronto on the east side here, and that is the King Edward Hotel. Here we go. This is where John Lennon and Yoko Ono stayed. They had their love-in here. I think it was called a Love-in for Peace or something. This is a famous historic hotel. And it still is a hotel, although they have condos here too now. Upscale, very high-end condos. So here we go. King Edward Hotel. A lot of famous people have stayed here, but the one that comes to mind for me is John Lennon and Yoko Ono, because it was such a big media event when they did their love-in here. Okay, that's it. I'm going to end this tour right here. Almost 3:30 a.m. and you got to see a bit of Toronto. King Street, okay? Adios, YouTube.